And today's recipe, we're just using green peppers. Now these are Trinidad Moruga scorpions. So I'm just going to take one of these, just one of these, and I'm going to go in the back and I'm going to pick a couple more Scotch bonnet peppers. So there is that Trinidad Moruga scorpion. I've got 2 Scotch bonnet peppers. I've got a habanero pepper, and I've got 2 fatale peppers, all of them very hot. This is probably one of, I think it's the second hottest pepper in the world, the Trinidad Moruga scorpion, so that's why I'm only going with one of them. What is that lid doing there? You need to be in the recycling, buddy. Anyhow, these are the 6 peppers we'll be using today. What's up, soldiers? Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com. Always a pleasure having you guys here in the kitchen with me. You've heard of pepper choka. We've done pepper choka. Today, something a little bit different. We're going to take those peppers, but we're going to add another ingredient. And, you know, I'm calling it onion choka only because the predominant ingredient is going to be onions. So we're the same sort of concept, the same sort of idea behind pepper choka, except we're going to load it up with onions. When you're eating your curry dishes and you have this on the side, this condiment here, I'm telling ya. Check this one. You're going to love this one, man. Onion choka. Yeah, I calling it onion choka. It's my recipe. Oh, this up. You know, typically you guys would see me doing this outside on my propane grill or on my charcoal grill, my coal pot. But today I'm doing it indoor just because I know many of you don't have access to grilling outside. So all you would do, and this is why I picked the peppers with the stems. I don't know if you guys can see that there. The stem is on there. Too close. But anyhow, the focus isn't the greatest right now. All you want to do is sort of char or blister the peppers, and that's going to impact. Notice that char that I'm getting there. And it doesn't take long. Turn the fan on over your stove, char them up, and then we're going to get ready to making this wicked onion choka. Now, as you saw when we were in the backyard there, we harvested 4 different varieties of hot peppers, and they all have unique flavors. So this is why we are using 4 different types of peppers. The other thing is, if you notice, I'm using metal tongs to hold the peppers. Keep in mind that will warm up and sooner or later it will get to your hand. So you may want to take breaks or wear mitts or something. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that if you don't have a gas grill, you can always put these in the oven, high heat, 500 degrees Fahrenheit, and roast them off if you really wanted to. So you have options. Uncle Chris giving you options, man. You'll need a mortar and pestle or a food processor. Garlic. Tons of garlic. So we got 3 and 3, 6 and 3, 9, 10 cloves of garlic. Your breath will be ripe after eating this. So please don't go and try and snuggle up to anybody. We need sea salt. And then, all we need to do, now wear gloves at this point here. Uncle Chris is a pepper specialist. They don't burn me anymore. They used to. Rep the stems, that goes into the rubbish, and the peppers go in here. Now remember, we already blistered these peppers, so please wear gloves or you will pay for it. You don't want to touch a piggy or anything after, so wash your hands with soap and water, even if you wore gloves. So all the peppers are in here now. And all we got to do is crush that. One thing I forgot to mention, if all you have, I'm blessed. I have a garden and I have a variety of peppers in my garden. If all you have is Scotch bonnet pepper, rock the Scotch bonnet pepper. If all you can source habanero peppers, rock the habanero peppers. It's totally up to you. And I like placing my hand over there. Again, wear gloves, please. And all we're going to do, and the reason why we put the salt in there, well, we do need salt in it, but the reason why we put the salt in here, it's going to work as an abrasive to help us really get this into a nice paste. And in the case of a true pepper choka, the main ingredient would be the peppers. In this case, since I'm calling this my onion choka, this is why I'm only using a small amount of peppers. I want the majority of the ingredient to be thinly sliced onions. And the onion of choice for this recipe is a red onion. And the reason why I like using the red onion, it's got a nice sweetness to it. It's gonna chop off the top and the bottom, down the center, take that skin off. That all going into the compost or the rubbish, whatever it is you do with your scraps. Makes for good making stock as well too, but that's something for another day. That's not for today. And nice and thin. We're almost there, I assure you. So what we're gonna do now is give that a good mix, make sure everything is incorporated. And notice there's a bit of chunkiness, but for the most part it's broken down. So after I've given that little stir, I apologize for the little scrapey noise there. We're gonna dump all that onions. We're gonna top it with the onions at this point here. We don't wanna mix it yet, because we have a final step before this becomes the ultimate condiment for your next curry cue. When you're eating that curry chicken or curry goat or curry shrimp or curry potato or curry baigan, anything along those lines, you want this in your life. And that final step is what we call chunky. And we're going in here now with a lot of oil, and I'm using olive oil. You want about a cup, 3/4 of a cup to a full cup of olive oil. You're thinking, Chris, there's a cardiac arrest waiting to happen. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, use in moderation. Did I just say moderation? Well, moderation. That's the accent. Don't worry about that. Anyhow, two things will stand out with this choka. The crispiness of the onion and the flavor it will absorb, and the flavor it will impart on the choka. And two, the oil. That oil is a little something you're going to be drizzling over everything. I guarantee you that. So in goes some more of that oil, yeah? And olive oil. As soon as you start seeing whispers of smoke, you're ready. We're going to pour that scorching hot oil all over the onions. And I want that. The reason why I like doing it this way rather than mixing it and stirring it up and then hitting it with the hot oil is because I want that to sort of gently cook the onion a bit, just to take some of that rawness out of it. That step there, that heat that oil, pour it on there, that is what we know as chunky. So we're just going to give that a stir now, and that oil is going to do magic in here. Just look at that niceness. I remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is not so much about heat as a true pepper choker. This is about the onions. This is about that condiment that Uncle Chris is going to introduce you guys to today, called onion choka. Well, my take on onion choka anyways. And this is perfect for those people who don't like stuff too fiery. All I'm going to do now is pour that into a jar, let that sit for an hour or so, let everything come together, and it's pure niceness here. You can save this in your fridge, but it's into a clean glass container. You can save it on your countertop, wherever you want. And the next time you do your pilau, oh gosh, your rice and peas, just about anything getting hit with this here, yes? Just look at that. And that oil, I told you guys about that oil. You're gonna be drizzling that oil on everything. I guarantee you that. Sup, soldiers? Listen, if you enjoy this recipe, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and click that bell notification thing. If you've made the recipe, take a picture and send it to me. Email address down here. I mean, trying to tell people the email address, them butts will take the address and do all kind of thing with it. And tag me on Instagram at Caribbean Pot. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for being in my kitchen with me today. Irie? And how I like to store it, I have my clean glass container, and I'm just going to pour that in there. And whenever I want some, that's going to be waiting for me. It's easy as that. To give the recipe a try, alright?